Okay, it's 10 a.m. Shall we just begin then? Hopefully others will come in a bit later. All right, so let me first introduce Prof. Jaishankar. So Prof. Jaishankar is our Principal Research Fellow, and he has, I think, about 17,000 followers and 500 plus connections on LinkedIn. So the university is driving this citation and collaboration effort. So hopefully with Prof. Jaishankar's session today, we will be able to increase the number of citations that we get as well as our international collaborations. So maybe Prof, you can begin.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Rainey, and thank you, Rizwan and others. So this is my first lecture to the Faculty of Law. And this will be more interactional rather than theoretical because it's like a practical session. But still, I need to have a presentation. And in the first, we will start the presentation. So this is my introduction, as already Dr. Rainey has introduced. So I have this kind of followers of 17,000 over a period of the past several years, so maybe around 15 years. So it takes a longer time to make followers, not that easily to reach this, because there are many people who may be very famous. They may get more followers than people who are emerging. So it takes a long time. And also, we are academics and we are not influencers really. So in that case, like still we can influence. So that's why I have also become the 16 of the top 25 world's influential criminologists. So I'm in the top 25. So that also during the period of 2010 to 2020, academic influence and American corporation has identified, and there is a list. I can share it later. So with this brief, we'll go to the next slide. So you can see that networking is very, very essential for academics for reasons
There's
that.
no slide. Sorry, Prof, there's no slide.
No slide. 1 minute.
Yeah.
You need to reshare the slide, Prof, because just now I just start recording.
Oh, okay.
So,
I have to share it again. Yeah, no issue. I will share it again. Is it visible now? The second slide,
Yes.
the reality check.
Yes.
Can you open it as presentation mode, Prof?
Oh, okay. I'll do that. Can you see the PPT?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So you can see that networking is very essential for a reason, that because many things are connected. For academics, that we need to present papers, we need to publish it, and we need to also extend the idea that what we are doing to many other colleagues in the same field also. But traditionally, the networking in academia is more into conferences and more into journals. But this is again very, very limited for a reason that where you can see a minimum number of people they join conference. And moreover, nowadays many conferences have become online, and networking is difficult because in traditional physical conferences, you can see that we can meet people, we can discuss with them, we can connect with them, get their phone numbers and things like that. But now more online conferences are happening for a reason. Like arranging a conference is becoming a tougher task for academics because it needs a lot of money also. But now we can see that many of the collaboration and hiring, even I'm hired by the through the LinkedIn only, because I saw a post by the assistant registrar Umaira, and then I applied and then I got this job here. So I can see that 70% of hiring and collaboration decisions are influenced by digital reputation. So how you are, well, your digital presence is there. So whenever people Google you, they should know that how much you are influential or what you are actually. So if you, mostly what normally we have is that we have our institutional profile. that immediately pops up when you type somebody's name, for example, Jaishankar, criminology or law, something like that. You can have that. But that is not sufficient for one reason. That is a one indicator, actually, but not the ultimate indicator for a reason. When you have a profile with a university like which is ranked 56, so people will try to know, yes, you are in a top ranked university, but again still people will think that whether need to collaborate with you or not. That matters a lot for a reason, whether you have produced more, whether you have done a lot. So what is your basic qualification, how you are standing among your peers, so all these things. So that's where comes the LinkedIn for a reason, because it's free. You may try to have your own website also. You can have your own other things. For example, I have a Wikipedia profile. I have my own website, and I have some journal. I have my institute. Many things are there, but that is again, I'm an established professional over a period of 30 years. So, but a starter, a new beginner, can start with LinkedIn. So that is the one good thing. And today's agenda, we will have module 1, 2, 3, 4, which is very simple. I'm not going to discuss much, but we will try to interact more and try to improve the LinkedIn profile, and also improve your followers or your connections there. So the first module is to profile overhaul, because you see, you need to change your look. So that is very, very important. You see, in the real life also, when we go to a party, we dress for the party. When we go to a conference, we dress professional. So like that same, your living CV is what is a LinkedIn profile. So you need to overhaul that first, so that people will be attracted towards your profile. Next is that you need to have a content, and then that what content, what kind of content you're sharing. Uh, it should not be like a robotic, means not boring. So it should be interesting to people to locate you and get you easily. And next is strategic networking, moving from connections to collaborators, because all the people start as connections only. But you can make collaborators in LinkedIn for a reason, because you see, there is a saying that same birds with same feathers flock together. So it's a question here. If you are working on intellectual property rights, if you are working on something to do with criminal law, commercial law, or something to do with bioethics or something, you can find out people who are working similarly in various countries, not only Malaysia, but also in US, UK, and many other countries, India. You can collaborate. And last module, we'll also speak about how you need to be ethical, because see, sometimes oversharing is also a problem, because undersharing is another problem. People don't do sharing, but oversharing is another problem. So that we will discuss in the last module. So you can see that this headline hook is very, very important. If you put like professor at University of Malaya, it's a too generic one, because there are many professors at University of Malaya. Not only you, there are many senior lecturers, assistant professors, many people are there. It's too generic. So you need to give effective title or a subheading or the hook of the headline. Professor of Criminal Law, Unpacking Cybercrime, Principal Research Fellow at So many things you can see that. You can see that this is my LinkedIn profile stop. And so I have given founder, director, my institute name, and then 16 of top 25 influencers, and founding father of cybercrime. So this is a kind of hook that people will be attracted. Okay, this person has done something, so he's in the top 25, and he's a founding father of cybercriminality. Like that, you may not have that much thing for now as an entry level. For example, a lecturer, a PhD student, a senior lecturer, still emerging in the field, but still you may have something that which you want to show to the world. And there comes, you can have a current role and your top two research interests and key achievement. For example, your article would have been cited more in your area, so that you can make key achievement. Or you got an award recently, an award from the university or from reputed NGO or other organization. You can highlight that also. So the about section is also there where you can have a brief biography. So the biography can be very brief, but it can be a little bit extend also. You can do that where you can make an elevator pitch, who you are and your mission. You can make it. So you see, this is again sales and marketing where we need to do that. And people of academic, many people are like academic hermits, and they think that why should I market myself, why should I sell myself? But that is where you stand, because this is an era that is changed. Because previously when people like Einstein or other scholars were there, they were known by their works, by their publication, by others. But again, those were a different kind of a era. But now people are interested more online, what happens, what you are, what you are doing. So there you can tell that. And also you can specify your legal areas and methodologies, what research niche you are interested in. So maybe you are in a public law or you are in a private law. So whatever areas and methodologies you have adopted, you can mention there. And also you can mention milestones such as key books, what are the books you have published, and what are the grants you have got on prestigious publications. So here again, I would say that again it varies between the level of rank you are, whether you are a PhD student, lecturer, senior lecturer, associate professor, and professor. There may be variety of things, because again, entry level people may not have that, but still they may have got a grant, or still they may have got some prestigious publication in a Q1 journal or in a Q2 journal. So whatever you are having, you can showcase, because you see, there is nothing big or small in academia that what we are doing, but still people may consider that for a reason, that where you stand. Because when a professorial level person, so they may expect more, but for a PhD student, for a assistant professor or a senior lecturer, they may not expect much. So that level you can make your milestones. And also current research, what you're doing. So currently what you're doing, you can also inform them. And the call to action, for example, DM me, directly message me if you're working on cross-border litigation. So this last hook is very, very important, for a reason that people, just like that, if you don't say something, people will not join you. So you have to tell them, yes, I'm working in this area. So if you are also working in this area, then connect with me. So that is one thing in your abstract, the about section should be there. Then again, you see, there is a pinned, you can pin certain outputs, and that means it will be in the top of your profile. So you can pin your top 3 outputs, especially if you have a paper, you can put it in SSR, and that Social Science Research Network. It's free only, so you can create an account and you can update the paper there. And you can have some media links, and you can have some keynotes. So these you can feature, or already have done some work. And the next most important thing is the profile photo with a high resolution and professional headshot and eye contact. So you can see that whether you can use the AI for this purpose. You can use Chat GPT, or you can use any other AI to create this profile photo. Not sounding exactly like an AI look. You can check with more photographs, not only one, because you see sometimes people may not like a photo which is AI driven, because it looks more artificial. So it should almost match your current photo and real, but it should be a headshot, not something. An eye contact should be there. And that is very, very important. There are some new websites which are doing that. I saw businessheadshots.ai. So that gives you one free photograph, a headshot photo, where you can do a kind of profile photo, and that is very, very impressive. And banner image is very, very important. After that, your photo, people may see that about banner. So customize with branding. So already is 56th in QS ranking, is in 2027. You brand that, because there are a lot of images I've seen around the campus. That the same thing, and also in the website of the Faculty of Law, it's there. Just scan it, or just download it or re-edit it on that, and then you can brand that on the I'm working in the Faculty of Law. the UM, and some research keywords also you can give in that. So this is very, very important in the visual branding. Next, the rule for posting. So you see, the people, at least they post weekly once, they are look more than people who don't post at all. And you need not post everything, your own content. You can have some curated content also. For example, if you are interested in particular area, like intellectual property, right? Something recent has happened in a newspaper, or something interesting has happened in a what do you call case law. You can then summarize that. Here you can use the chat GPT or other content, AI content, but you need to little bit edit work so that it sounds more human. You should not just like that randomly post some AI content, because people also know what kind of AI may sound robotic and not much interesting. So you can a little bit work on that and put at least 4 posts per month, you can say, like. And then you can have one post which can be a original content, your new paper or case thread. So whatever you have done, so you're continuously working, right? Even it can be something on a teaching content. So don't necessarily that it needs to be a what you call a research oriented thing. So you can make some teaching content also. You can make something, and you can make as a case thread and post it. And then the next one, you can have something real where you would have gone for a conference, or you would have done some book reading. So something you have done where you have some photographs. So that is very, very important. So you would have gone to a recent conference somewhere nearby, other universities in Malaysia, or you would have gone to international conference in Indonesia or in America or any places that you can have one conference photo. And there you would have also met people, various people, and you would have taken some photographs. So that also you can have something personal. So that is will be touching for the audience, because you see, these are all contents which may be not that real, but a photo will be more real for a reason that you would have met some people there. So you can see that academic people are more we write along, and moreover in law field we can see that there are sometimes the articles run to something 40-50 pages also. So we make dense citations and passive voice. But you see in LinkedIn, people are not much interested in your long writing. Even though, see, there is an option. I would recommend that there is an option to write an article in LinkedIn, which is very good, because you see, in other articles and everything, you have to submit to a journal or a newsletter where there is it's a lot of vetting will be there, peer reviewing will be there, and people may reject it and everything. But LinkedIn has a provision for a inbuilt article writing page where you can write and you can put a banner, and you can also tell to people that you have written this. But that is a very, very important thing, I would say. But there also you need to make a little bit clear. But that can be a little bit academic. I'm not saying that it need not be academic, but the where you are posting only on the posting place, short paragraphs, no in-text citations, and active voice you can do. Then you can always end with a comment. So you can, suppose if you publish some article and in the LinkedIn, and that you can share, and again you can write a short paragraph where you can say that, see, I have published an article titled so and so. You can work on. So here it's very simple. Like you can get the what do you call help from ChatGPT or other AI systems for a reason. This is not a very article which is going to be published immediately within a journal, but you got an idea. See, whenever you get an idea, immediately you need to work on it and post on it. But if you think that people may copy your idea, then you may not do that. But normally, if it is an idea that which is going to be your next paper or your next book or your next conference paper, still you can just like that post it so that people will get some kind of an interest on that. So always end with question to drive comments, because always if you put hooking comments, then you people will be interested in your particular post. So engage with the others, because see, we not only should post our idea, but also you can go and find out what other people are doing, because you can see that journal editors, top researchers in your field, they are working. So you would have admired them, you would have adored them. So they are there, and they would have posted some article, or say they would. Then underneath you have a comment section where you can comment by put your comment saying that. But they should have a comment which should be real, original, and also you need to highlight, for example, like a great post. This aligns with my research on an X area. So this will be giving you more visibility in your profile. For example, you have an international association like International Association for Law and Society, or International Association of Intellectual Property Rights, or Public Law, something like that. Many associations are there. So there also some postings are happening, and there you can also put your comment, which will be immediately visible by many people. And there is something called impressions in LinkedIn. So more people, if they see your post, then that is creating more impressions. So that will be good also. So this drives organic visibility to your profile, and your profile will be, people will come to know, yes, there is a person who is working in this area. So that is a very, very important thing, that not only that you post in your page, but also you go and post in other people's comments, or other people's post. So this may sound a little marketing, but it looks, yes, it is marketing and sales only. But why we need to do is that, for a reason that we are not that popular like them, the top editors or the top researchers, but still we can slowly, we can improve our visibility. So also you need to search, because you see, you cannot just like that get people on your profile, all people of your area. So there is a search option, and there is even an advanced search option where you can put keywords: international law professor, senior lecturer, assistant professor, Malaysia, or other country, or even you can target specific universities like National University of Singapore, or London School of Economics, or Harvard. And if you want to connect with your alumni, you can say that filter by University Malaya to find alumni abroad. You can do that. So you can do variety of permutation and combinations to find out the right persons also, where whom they are working, because all people would have their banner and would have their taglines, which will be very specific to your area. So now you want to invite them. You want to invite the people whom you want to connect with them, because you are already an admirer of them, or already you want to collaborate with them. So what you can do is that you need to do some kind of a writing, because generically already there is a LinkedIn will provide this. I would like to add to my network. It's very generic thing. But why people should accept your request and who you are? Why should they do that? So that is where you need to write little. So dear Professor Tan, I saw your paper on maritime boundaries. My research at UM examines dispute resolution. I would be honored to connect. So now you are making 3 points very clear. So they are working in maritime boundaries. You are working in dispute resolution. Now we want to connect. So that is very clear, that what you want to do with them. And then always mention their specific work, because they will be more impressed, and it is very natural, right? So people, we are also human beings, that will be satisfied when people are praising us, people are appreciating us. So always mention their specific work. So that's why we are attracted to them, that we want to connect with them. You can make a direct message for collaboration. Next, we are making connections to collaborators. So how to make connectors? You have them, but immediately they will not become your collaborators, for a reason that you need to little bit work on that. So the stage one is day one, where you are connecting and then thanking them for the post. And day two is that propose a 15 minutes virtual chat. So this can be in week 4, that after that. So coffee chat means don't necessarily that it needs to be a coffee with a person in a real time, but it can be a virtual coffee chat. So this is a new word that you can Google and find out what is meant by a coffee chat. So it's an informal chat, not a very kind of a technical oriented one, but still casually we can chat with the persons. sir, I want to connect with you, or madam, I want to connect. So what you are going to work. So all these things that you can have a kind of a copy chat to tell that what you are doing. And then stage 3, then you can ask for a co-authorship. For example, if they are a very great scholar, then if they are a co-author for your paper, so naturally you see the editors of the journal or books publishers like Springer or Macmillan, Palgrave Macmillan, or a Routledge, or any law publisher, you can see that. So a big person is a co-author. So that means the co-author has already seen your work. So that's what the editors will think, and they will give importance to your work. So you can slowly ask them for co-authorship. So sometimes they may deny, or sometimes they may accept. So we do not know. So if you have a wonderful work, just publishing on a single author, so at a stage of a PhD student or a lecturer or a senior lecturer level, sometimes may not work in some areas. Probably there will be reviewers may think like that, or the editors may think in a different fashion, that they may try to see that there is no senior person to look into this paper. So if there is a senior level professorial person in the co-authorship with a reputed reputation, they may accept. So this is one chance to collaborate with people, that where you can move from connections to collaboration. But it is not kind of a mandatory thing, but still you can produce more. See, people publishing alone, they publish very less. But people, when they collaborate, they do more. And in areas like law, you can see that less collaboration is happening for various reasons. But you need to just move away from the old model to try to get more co-authorship, so that you can have more people with you. So more people, and also uh, you can also be clear with what you want. Like, okay, they are co-author, but the corresponding author you can be, or the first author you can be. So this can be negotiated. So this can be done after 2 months or so. So slowly you are making end routes with your relationship, with your connection, to make them a collaborator. Now we will come to the ethical boundaries for legal sharing. Also told you earlier that people undershare or overshare. So we should not also overshare, because there are some issues of confidentiality. So never share unpublished data or privileged info, because of reason. This may be misused, or this may be taken by somebody else, and they can put their name and they can publish on their own. All these things are possible. And also immediately don't post your original idea, which is you are waiting for to get published, because that may also be a problem. And peer review. So you would have got a request from any of the editors of the journals or conferences or books to review. So don't post that what you are reading currently. So that is not required, because that's a secret information. So don't do that. And then copyright. See, there is an embargo period in certain journals. For example, so something like 2 years. After 2 years, you can post certain PDFs. But immediately you cannot do that. However, if you have a open access model, suppose the article is already open access, then you can easily post in the what do you call LinkedIn. But you cannot post the publisher's final PDFs, because it will harm our reputation for a reason. Because they are selling their through their website. So we need to be a little careful on what we are sharing. And of course, there are other areas also, not necessarily LinkedIn. You have a website called ResearchGate, and you have a website called academy.edu. But there also a little bit we need to be careful that what we are sharing. You can share preprints. SSRN is available, where you can share your preprints. That means you already published the work, but still a preprint doesn't have a volume number or issue number or a kind of a pages. So there you can share your preprints in and SSRN, and so that people at least will know that. But where you can also, after sharing the preprints, the post print information you can give in the what do you call the LinkedIn, so that people, what they can do is that they can cross verify and they can publish when they can cite more. Okay, when you are giving more in the online, the citation will naturally increase. One idea is that you can improve your open access. So might pay your open access fee. So that is a good thing. And you can think of publishing more open access. So it will be easy for you to post in LinkedIn. Otherwise, you can wait for some more time. So the embargo goes after 2 years, then you can put it. But still, there are variety of ways to share the preprints. And then there is an important thing, not just publications alone. You can showcase where you are. One is to link your ORCID. So ORCID ID is Open Researcher and Contributor ID, which now everywhere they are asking. So whenever you publish an article, immediately the journal editor is asking you, give the LinkedIn, give the ORCID ID also. So that is published. So ORCID ID is a wonderful thing because it connects with various other indicators like Scopus or Researcher ID of the Web of Science and other related thing like Crossref, where you can get a digital object identifier DOI. So all these things you can do in ORCID. And ORCID, if you have website or a web page in ORCID, it will be easy to showcase your publications and your current status and everything. So people will get more authentic. So that is what ORCID will work with. If you are a person working in a university doing things, but people, they want to check whether you are your original or you're real. So they can do that. Then next is that post when your research is cited in policy docs or parliamentary debates. Okay, this is also important, or not necessarily academic, but it can be in some policy document by your Malaysian parliament or by some court's judgments or anything. And then use the activity tab for media mentions. Sometimes media mentions also may be happening. So somebody would have quoted your article or somebody would have quoted your views. So that also you can always see that. So you can see you would have given an interview to a local media. It may be in Malay language also. Don't think that it need to be only in English, or sometimes it may be in local language, but still people will think, okay, you have done something with the media. So that is also is very important. So now we will see that how we will work for these coming 30 days. So first week we will work on how to update the headline and about the photo. So already I have told you how to update the headline, and also the about section can be crisp, but still it can be exhaustive also, but it depends upon what you want to highlight. And the photo, the headshot photo, and add week one, you can have 2 items, featured items or the pinned up items in the profile. And you need to follow 5 journals and 10 scholars. So send 5 invites at least to people working in the area. You can send more also. I'm just sending for 5, but you can send for more invite also people working in any area, because it's likely that they may accept. And that post you can do in week 3 is that post one original insight. And week 4, send 2 DMs to Profos, coffee chats. I told you it's not necessarily week 4, it can be week 8 also. Later also you can do that, not immediately, because you are improving your organic presence on the LinkedIn. So slowly, see, this is again a kind of slow work. It will not happen immediately, or any magic will happen. But after some time, surely magic will happen. You will suddenly start getting more people, invitations from others working in your area, and more students will join, more research scholars, more people may then follow you. So this will take over a period of time, but still how we should put our own hard work here, like you are putting hard work elsewhere in your academic field. This is also very, very important, because you see, why do we publish? Because people want to know that what we are working. So that is a kind of another marketing activity. But once you publish, then if people do not know what you have published, then it goes waste, because many of the journals are in subscription mode and people cannot download your article, or they may not know where you are, because in Google search we will not come in top, because Google has their own algorithms where paid people's work only come on the top and other people's work may not immediately come on the top. So that's why we need to put our own work to market or sell our work in LinkedIn. Okay, if you have any questions, I'm open. And one of the things is that many are having profile. It's not that nobody's having. So already I saw the participants are having a profile, but still you may have some barriers which you can discuss. So as I told you that this is not a lecture session, it's more interactive. I would now close the session with this last slide, and then we can have a discussion. So you can follow me here in linkedin.com, Professor Jaishankar. So this is my email ID if you want to connect with my work in UM. So thank you very much for your patient listening and also for participating in this program. And I hope that this can be extended to other people in the later sessions. So more we will connect and more we will grow and more we'll collaborate. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. Okay, Dr. Sherin, you have a question?
Thank you, Prof. I mean, your presentation was very detailed. I didn't know a lot about LinkedIn. I do have an account, and but I'm definitely not active on it. Why my barrier, I would say, is yeah, I'm one of those who feels like, do we really need to market ourselves? I think I come from that kind of thinking. So, but I do have a question for you, Prof. When you are connecting with people that you do not know, how do you know that they can actually work with you? Would they be actually doing the work, and what is the ideas behind their thoughts and all that, whether it will be a good collaboration? How do you navigate this? Have you had problems before with people that you connect through LinkedIn?
See, that's where the human psychology works, where people would like to collaborate or connect with people of the same group or the same. That's what the birds of the same feathers flock together, right? So that's what where it works. And people new to you or people even higher to you in ranks or even famous people, they also want to have followers, right? So everybody wants to have followers, and you see some people have several thousands of followers. So how because they also contribute, they also collaborate. So that's why in academia we may remain as an academic hermit. I call it academic hermit. We may not go to conferences, or we may not go to places to meet people, or even we may not be actually visible. But the point here is that if you are like that, then you're not going to reach too many people, and your work is again is very, very important, right? So whatever work you are doing, the intellectual work, whether it is research or it converts to teaching, or teaching converts to research or collaboration. So all these things are interconnected areas. So we actually think everything is in silos. That is the problem. So we think teaching is different, research is different, your administration work is different, your conferences extension work is different. No, it's not like that. So everything has a kind of a loop where you need to bring one to the another. So when you go to the classroom also, when you say that you have done this, you have done this work, so that also will resonate with the students. And from there, some students will try to access that particular work, and then they may also work on it. So they may popularize it. So you see, it's a kind of an era of networking. So we cannot go to the old model, right? That is the thing. We need to think a little bit different from the previous. And you see this Gen Z are very different people than people of the older era, right? So they are more seeing whether you have a digital presence, whether you have anything there. So you can see even nowadays people are researching the university professors or lecturers website in the university, and then join the university. So not necessarily do we think that the reputation of the faculty is needed. Sometimes the reputation of an individual. Okay, Dr. Sherin has done this. Dr. Raini has done this. So people, I would like to be a student or I mentee of that particular teacher. So like that also people join. So that's where LinkedIn comes as a free tool. So you see, who will give us a free tool for marketing? It's very important, and it's a kind of a 1 billion followers or connections are in LinkedIn. And so since we have a large people, and also interdisciplinary collaborations also happen. So not necessarily that you need to discuss only with them. For example, see, not a typical law person, but I'm a criminologist with a social science degree but background. But I'm connecting more with law people, how it is happening, because there are intersections in my own field which are connecting with law. So that's why people are working who are working in my area. They have a thinking that, okay, Professor Jaishankar can bring some knowledge which I don't have. For example, I may not have a very typical legal analysis knowledge, but I have a social science knowledge. So suppose I collaborate with a law professor or a lecturer or a PhD student. So the integration would be more where the article production would be very liked by the journal editors, because we are bringing some original thinking, and also this combination will give something new to the audience, because the traditional law work will be only on case study analysis or only on the legal, on the court judgment and analysis. But here we are bringing some kind of a new theoretical perspective. So criminology has a lot of theory. So we are trying to integrate that with the law. So that will be more different from what conventionally is happening. So I remember you sent me a peer review article where I reviewed for your conference. So that conference is also very broad in nature. That's what I saw, that it's open for all departments, not necessarily law. Like that, why people are nowadays doing conferences or anything open for many other disciplines, for reason that there may be some overlapping. So because you see, law is something that it is not individually done. It is always having an overlapping with many disciplines. For example, science and technology and law. So you can sociology of law. So always you can say criminology of law. You can have some intersection. That way, you can not necessarily need to collaborate with your own peers in your law field. You can get some peers elsewhere also. So that is a thing where you can collaborate. For example, when I was doing my PhD, it was on just something on policing, something I was doing later in my young age. But suddenly a professor from geography department came from University of Maryland, called Professor Keith Harris. And he gave a lecture on crime mapping. So crime mapping is already there, but he introduced a new tool called as Geographic Information System. Now you know what is Geographic Information System because of Google, Global Positioning, GPS, all these things we know now in 2026. But I'm talking somewhere in the 90s. So we were new to that. So what I did is that I got the idea and I linked with the professor, and then I went to the geography department. So which has nothing to do with my original work, but suddenly I went to the geography department and started learning GIS. And there they started giving a new PG diploma in GIS management. Then I did that for 1 year in the evening mode. And then I brought the idea to the criminology department, and I did a crime mapping study of communal violence in Coimbatore city using the technique, new technique. So always people go for statistical techniques, quantitative, qualitative. It's very routine, like, okay, use SPSS or use some other tools in qualitative. But here I did use a new tool called as Geographic Information System and started mapping that work. So that gave a new edge, and I started moving in that area with a crime and technology. So that's what I am telling. So don't be little bit in a silo or a rigidness that where I need to be only with this. I'm going to travel in a road, only small road. No, we can wide open. You can wide open, and we do not know where something suddenly pop up. Something can happen. So that's what my works are always. If you can read that, you can go to ResearchGate, and all freely downloadable my works. So whether it's all my 12 books or others, you can see there are a lot of collaboration with many people. So that's how you can increase the not only the numbers but also your reputation is happening. So that I think answers your question. So why you need to come out of your academic hermitage, like a little bit outside, and don't feel shy to market or sell, because we are only doing for ourselves, right? So if we don't market ourselves, who will do that for us? So there is
Yeah.
no angel that will come and say, "Oh, Dr. Shireen is great," or "Dr. Annie is great." We have to say ourselves.
I agree with you, Prof. But it's difficult to. I mean, I understand. Actually, whatever you said is 100% correct. We really need to be in the digital world right now. Even conferences now, you don't really meet people because half of it is hybrid.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah, which is happening online. And online, you cannot collaborate with people.
you cannot
So
collaborate.
yeah, so that is a kind of a lacuna now. You can see that's an advantage also. One way it's advantage because we need not spend money to go to US and present a paper. But conference presentations are not only for presentation; it's of networking. Which originally was the idea that why people need to conduct a conference. But now money issue and other issues also there because traveling issue is there. You need to travel a long way and your university need to fund everything. So that becomes a problem. So that's what even the open access articles, again, that another problem because many of the journals are charging too heavy fees like £2,000 or $2,000. So then university also needs to work on which article needs to be given priority, whether it is worth funding. So all these things are there. I do agree. There are many barricades. But you see, let's not immediately connect to people in LinkedIn with a DM. Okay, so because I think you feel a little shy on that because you feel it's like a marketing. So, but first let us connect with the people. Okay, get the more followers, get more connections. Then you will see that even if you are not DM people directly messaging people, there may be some other people DMing you. They will contact you. So then at the time we can collaborate with them. So you see now I joined UM. Mostly my works are there, but I'm not under a typical pressure like now because my principal research fellow role involves at least a minimum publication of 4 in Web of Science. So now I'm in a little bit pressure, but I cannot individually contribute within this 1 year of period of time. You see, because I don't have additional funding, means cannot do an empirical research on it. So I need to collaborate with people. So I put only one post that I need collaborators. Then I got many people coming because they want a co-author of a professor rank, so they want to collaborate. And again, their work is not that level I have seen, but my experience in editing, so that helps them to shape that work to a level of publishing. And there are chances of publication because I cannot say that immediately all articles will be published because it's already submitted. I've seen now rejections. More rejections are happening. Immediately there may be a desk rejection. There may be again a peer review rejection. All these things. So we should not be emotional, Dr. Sharif. That is what I would say, actually. Because see, I always say my students also that your article is only a shirt on your dress. So people may cut it. So don't think they are cutting you because
No.
we get emotional when there is a peer review.
No. I am not emotional, Prof. I completely I understand the process, but personally, I feel recently the not the rejection, but the kind of comments,
Comments, yes.
it's so much. I remember last time I used to publish in the same journal, but now they are, and this is not like a WS, this is Scopus, and they really requires so much from you and time. You're writing out some other material, you have other works, and then the feedback you get is like tremendous amount. It takes a lot from you. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I do understand
I
because
don't know whether it's a
there,
trend
there are
now.
there are nowadays line by line comment, not like earlier times,
Yes,
like
line by line.
line by line comment.
I
Yes,
just
yes.
submitted one, and the amount of work that was done, but just because we wanted the publication in that particular journal, and that also they're sending it back for review. I don't know, never mind. But another question I had, Prof. Time. Whatever you put in there requires the person to have time, and it requires effort from the person. Of course, you can't magically create all this profile, I understand, but sometimes we are really pulled in so many directions, Prof, and trying to find time for these kind of things, we put it less priority because of that, because of, other things are more urgent, other things are more important. So how do you, and you're a professor, how do you manage, Prof?
At least 10 to 15 minutes only per day you need to spend on the LinkedIn You need not spend much time, just morning sometime, or even before sleeping, you have some 10-15 minutes time. You just browse through it and see that is there any new articles, is there any people who have posted their status, because some people put up posted I am promoted as a professor, liking their post. It's like a typically like a Facebook, but it's more kind of an intellectual work that we need to think like that. Okay, then people, congratulations. That if you say that, people are also very interested. Okay, so I'm promoted. People are saying so, thanks, like that. So it will take hardly 10 minutes to 15 minutes time of your whole time, because you're giving some priority at the time. So that 10-15 minutes, you need not look into other things, only on the LinkedIn profile, and try to improve your profile in a slow fashion. It will increase, I'm telling you, because it will not increase tremendously immediately, but slowly it will increase. And you should also give connection request. So not necessarily people you need to wait that somebody will connect with you. So you should also, that I told you the strategy, that you need to search them in the, like a Google search, you can search them. And a lot of people will be available with the tagline like, okay, so what may I know what is your area of research?
At the moment, I have two main areas, Prof. Um, uh, I I'm I do research in blockchain, fintech, regulatory concerns on technology, in particular, fintech and blockchain. That's one area. The other area that I am doing research on is Islamic social finance. For both, I have a grant, and I think both are ending. One is ending next year, one in ending end of this year. So these are the two areas. So yeah, it's a lot of work, Prof.
No, I don't agree.
I
Now,
do
now
collaborate.
this is a new area. This is a new area.
Yeah,
The
Prof,
fintech and the blockchain. Yeah.
I agree with you. When you said that you collaborate and that you can get a lot of work done, I completely collaborate, because I know as a fact I cannot do it alone, and even with all these collaborations that I'm doing, I still all our publication, I mean, it's normal lah. Your publications are all delayed, you feel kind of frustrated, but I am collaborating, and I agree with you, Prof. I don't do it alone. I don't live in silo, but I don't do this marketing. That's the thing I don't do. I mean, the research gate is there, and that automatically will update for you, so you don't have to worry about it. The thing about LinkedIn is you have to take that effort, and you have to put in, and you have to update, and that is the one that drains.
But even if you are in research gate also, that should be copied and put in LinkedIn. So that is again, people will know. Then they will go to the research gate and they will follow you there also. So this is again is a kind of a global network. So whatever Facebook, LinkedIn, ResearchGate, Academia that you do, or anything, so you can have multiple. So not necessarily only one thing. I will be in ResearchGate. I have not been linked. Not like that. That can be posted here. This can be posted there. So you can post your LinkedIn articles also there. For example, you have an idea on the fintech issues or blockchain now. So there also you can make a small write up and then you can post there. And that can be even like a preprint, you can put it in ResearchGate and get a DOI. See, again, sometimes you can get a digital object identifier. It reaches more people also. So that is free only. In ResearchGate, they give a DOI free. There you can do that.
Yeah, ResearchGate is free. Yeah.
Yeah. No, DOI also is free. Digital object identifier, like for the journal article they give, right?
Oh, sorry,
For that also it's free.
I don't know what. Sorry, can you repeat that? Digital
Object identifier, DOI.
Oh,
we call it, right?
DOI. Okay, yeah.
DOI. Okay. So DOI. So that is also free in ResearchGate. If you make a preprint, okay, not for the article is published, they have a DOI, but this is again for a preprint also they give a DOI, free of cost. So that if you are publishing there in LinkedIn, not a ResearchGate, then you may get a DOI so that the reach will be higher.
How do you get the preprint, Prof? Do you go to the website, the DOI, and then?
Preprint means I'm telling your article is a preprint, but it's not published yet.
Yeah, it's
Or
not
you have an
published.
idea, you have an idea which is not published yet. So
Yeah.
that use a preprint. So make it a PDF, and then you can submit in ResearchGate as a preprint and get a DOI.
We can do ourselves, Prof.
Yeah, we can do ourselves.
But is that would someone take that idea and no?
No, that you
How
need
would
to
they?
little bit concerned. If it is a very much original idea that people may steal or something like that, if you think, don't do that. But if you
Okay.
think, oh, it's a very generic one, just to highlight that or just to get a DOI, you can do that.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Thank you, Prof. Maybe the others have something. I'm just taking Prof.
Okay. No problem. It's
Thank
see,
you,
again,
Prof.
people are
I really
people are
enjoyed this talk. Really,
yeah,
really
people are
enjoyed.
also listening, right? So when you have an interaction, so others also listening and getting new insights, not necessarily that like that. And so more people can have some queries. I would be happy to answer.
Okay, so I have a query. So the preprint that you were referring to, you are saying that you should not put up the published version, right? So the preprint version, should it also, how to say, let's say I've completed an article and it has just been published. So if I want to put up a preprint, should I put up my version, which is 100% complete, or should I just remove some parts, make it 70% complete, or how?
That is also a good idea. So need not give the entire paper. So you can give, because you see, even in the Elsevier journals, sometimes you will not get the full article, but there is a
Yeah.
bits of pieces they
Yeah,
will give. Like so, on that model, we can also give, for example, around 60% of the thing. You can condense it, and then you can make it a preprint, and then there are many sites for a preprints also, and there in ResearchGate you may get a DOI also. You can get it and do that. So that is again, but you have to be a little bit clear on preprint, where some journals may not accept a preprint version as an article. So that also we need to check the submission instructions for journal articles there, whether they accept a preprint or not, because some journal vary also. Some people, they want, no, I do not want a preprint to be published again. So that is again a barricade, little bit barricade, but still we can overcome with your idea of 60%. That would be a good idea.
But for SSRN or whatever, that should be fine,
Yeah. Either way, because people will contact you or people will cite you either way, that whatever you are doing in that case. Maybe if you have an article of 10,000 words, you can make it something like 3,000 words. That is enough. You can summarize it. Rather, you can not need a full article. Summarize. It's only giving a summary then.
Okay.
Maybe
Anyone
you can
else has?
use the
Sorry,
AI
yes.
for this. You can use the AI for this
Oh,
purpose.
true.
Because
Prof.
preprints doesn't have any big value like a article publication, right? But still, it's an idea that people may come and connect with you.
Prof, since you brought up AI, what is your opinion on using AI? To what extent should we
See,
as
again, it depends on the journal's policies also. If you visit the journal, there are AI policy, and many journals have different policies. For example, some journals allow only for editing using grammar. But there are some Taylor and Francis journals which I have seen that they allow methodology, they allow even review of literature also. But they tell that whatever you are keying in, whatever words you have to take a screenshot and keep, so that we may ask it also. And they have to ask they also have a line that you need to give a information declaration. I used it for methodology purpose, or I used it for literature purpose. Like that, some journals are there. But you can clearly read the version of the journals, because either way you are planning to target a particular journal before even contemplating, okay, this will fit this particular area. Sometimes what we do is that we write the article and then we try to do that. So one thing is that we should not depend entirely on the AI to develop something new. That is not correct. So maybe the policing certain structure and everything, language, for example, the grammar and things like that. We can use a where then you can give a declaration also
Yeah.
that AI used for the purpose of grammar and editing. Like that, you can do that. But still, you need to edit on your own because sometimes it may sound robotic also that the words and everything. You can see that it doesn't have a kind of human elements to it. So you
Yeah,
can
it doesn't.
edit, you can paraphrase it and do that. But a little bit extra work could be there.
Mm.
Any other questions or queries, discussion? Other people, students?
No other questions? No other questions then? Okay, so we'll end the session here today. All right. Thank you so much, Prof. Jaishankar. We have really learned a lot. And we have also discovered that we are really very introvert. We don't do all
Yeah.
this.
No, I'm also introvert only. I was also introvert only. It's not like that. I suddenly became an extrovert. It takes a little bit longer time. But see, being online, you can be an introvert. No worries. Okay, because offline only you are shy to meet people, do things. But in online, in LinkedIn, if you're giving connection, not necessarily you need to be an extrovert. Because see, that is again. Academia, we are not a typical extrovert, not an introvert. We call ourselves ambivert because
Oh.
most of our it's called ambivert, and most of our works are introvert work because we write article. But once you go to teaching, want to go to conference, naturally we need to be extrovert. Suppose
Yeah.
we go to our classroom and then keep mom, I'm not going to talk. No, it's not going to work like that, right? So there we open up. But then the class is over, then again we come back to our shell and become cocooned. So that is actually our work because we cannot be 100% extrovert because I see academics who are 100% extroverts, they don't publish. They cannot publish.
They can.
Because they don't like to sit, right? They don't like to sit in the company. And people
Yeah.
who are 100% introvert, then they don't connect. So then again, this is a problem. We have to somewhere take a center stand.
There's a question from Dr. Faiza.
Yeah, please.
Thank you, Dr. Aini, and thank you very much, Prof, for very interesting talk on this topic, which I think is not very frequently addressed because we always talk about content of the research rather than how to get it. Yeah, I mean networking and all that. It's something that you usually. I mean, for me, at least I have to. I'm observing how other people do it. I'm so amazed by how people do it, not just on LinkedIn, but also, when you go to conferences or when there are events. And some people are really good at, talking to everyone in the room and introducing yourself. And so for me, whether it's through LinkedIn or meeting people at conferences, I find that that as it is, that first step to try to introduce yourself to people, to engage with people is already challenging. Even though I mean I wouldn't really describe myself as being an introvert. In fact, I don't know, people, my family especially, think that I'm an extrovert, but I feel like when it comes to work and your especially what you've managed to produce within your the lifetime of your career, it makes me feel sometimes it's more of feeling what's it called, like I'm not good
Intimidated.
enough. Yeah, intimidated. You feel like all these people on LinkedIn and people you
Imposter
meet at
syndrome.
events. Yeah, you feel like,
Yes,
I don't
yes.
feel
I think
like,
intimidation. Yeah, I have that.
yeah, like who am I? Who am I to
Yeah.
blow my trumpet? Because when you see people put their posts on LinkedIn, that they're proudly sharing things that they've accomplished, and I feel like, what can I say in there that is worth saying anything? I feel like it's like nothing worth blowing my trumpet for, So that's the challenge for me, like, well, why would people bother to talk to me or connect with me and so on? So because even like if physically I go to conferences, even if I manage to talk to people and collect them, their business cards, their contacts and all that, and it usually just ends up sitting, in the shelf on my desk, and I don't know what's the next thing, how would I reach out to them, and what would I say that could make them be interested to collaborate with me? I mean, even if I manage to do that, it usually requires more than just dropping them an email and say, hi, we met at this conference, or I'm interested in what you spoke about, your paper, and to keep to get it rolling, to get the ball rolling, to actually be able to make some kind of meaningful connection where you can really start collaborating and working on something. For me, that's a bit challenging lah. So I do have the LinkedIn, but most of the time I'm very passive lah. I'm just looking at what other people are doing, and I was like, wow, okay, they're sharing what they did today, what they just, sometimes I can see that sometimes it's not that. It could be just a little talk that they did, or something that they wrote, or something that they even just attended, but they're always putting stuff out there that people can notice and look at. But of course, there are those big players that you can see that they're so, well accomplished. They've written a lot of things, and they've been appointed this and that, and you feel like, oh, I wish I could be like that, but I'm not there yet. So I'll just keep quiet and watch other people do stuff. So yeah,
See,
that's the
I
challenge.
think this is again relative because you see the level which you are in, and then how many years of experience you have, and what you have done. So probably you see that we have done many works which are not quantified also, because you see in academia, certain works goes unquantified. How much teaching you did? You would have done a lot of teaching. How much other works, administrative work you would have done? It is unquantified. So mainly quantification happens only when you publish, when you do some conference work. So this is only quantified. Others are not quantified. So that's why how much you contributed in other area, people may not know also. So that is one thing. And then the other people, what they're doing in their works are again uncomparable with your work, because you are a unique person with your own unique talent. So what you bring to the table is something that which others may not be able to bring in that level. So you see, again, this is a slow development. It doesn't happen. So when I was a research scholar, my CV was 1 page. Now as a full professor, I have 40 page. So it takes 30 years of work, right? So now can you compare my CV with your CV? No, because my 30 years of work, I have put in a lot of connections, collaborations, many works have been done. So how can you compare with a senior person, with others? So the person best to compare is with you only. So 4 years back, my CV was this much page. Now my CV is 8 page. So that is what you can now compare, rather than comparing with what others they post in LinkedIn or other places. So that would be as intimidating as Dr. Sharin. So I don't think that we need to get intimidated by them, because everyone are going in their own road. So some may be fast in research road, some may be fast only in teaching, some may be fast only in organizing conference. You can see people who have variety of talents. I have seen in academia, you need to have several talents. It doesn't happen like you can say in cricket, they call it as all-rounder. So you cannot have an all-rounder in academia that excels in teaching, research, extension, consultancy, administration, all these 5 areas. How is it possible? So suppose somebody is fully busy with administration, that person's CV, you can see that tomorrow they may become a dean, they may become a principal, they may be, because their CV is not derived to the researcher's CV, right? But again, when you go to the administration, people may expect that component also. So that's where you need to collaborate with people, so that your administration work is also not spoiled, but at the same time you get some publication. So I'd say that what you are growing in the pyramid, like when you want to become a full professor, so what is the requirement for the university? So what you are. So are we balancing in these 5 areas? So that's a big question, right? So I don't think that we are balancing on these 5 areas, and it would be very difficult also. And how many hours of work we are putting in our life, because you have a family life also. So that's it. See, that's why the difference between man and woman also comes into academia, where men can produce more because they don't have that familiar responsibilities compared to women. So that is also there. That's how we should think that we are unique people. We have contributed this much. So last year my CV was like this. Now my CV was increased. Okay, last year I have Q3 paper. This year I have a Q1 paper. So we need to be satisfied with what we are doing, and we need not compare ourselves with the people who are in their own ways of life, because we do not know how much people are working and what we are doing. For example, in my earlier days, I worked until 2 o'clock in the night, which I cannot do now of my age. So is that possible for everyone? So it's not going to be possible, right? So that's why you can see that these 5 areas is what university is expecting, but you have family also as the 6th area, which you cannot ignore. So sometimes we may become good here, sometimes we may become a failure there. So that's problem. Even in these 5 areas, we may be successful in one area. Not necessarily that we need to be successful in everything. That is what I feel. Because this is not open, right? So university is not open. So that is another problem, right? You are called as assistant professor or senior lecturer, but your work involves in many roles which outside society, even your own husband will not understand. He thought you are only teacher, but you are doing something else. Because outside people, we cannot explain also whom they are. Only academics know academics. Outside, when we talk about something that which is not connected to teaching, people think that we are wasting our time. So when you organize a conference, people say, why are you too much working on the conference? Because it doesn't have value. But only we know how much valuable things are. So that's what I would say, that you decide whether your skill set matches with your output. So, and what do you want to become in the level? For example, in the pyramid that you are in the senior lecturer, you can see that university may have certain kind of responses that next associate professor level, next professor level. So don't hurry up in the ladder. Okay, whatever comes to you, it will come to you. That's what I always believe. We always hurry up or do things also. It doesn't work in that way, because academia also has politics. So it is not like and this politics is very small politics, not big politics. Big politics is easier to handle, but small politics is difficult to handle. So that's also one of the skill set we have to learn, to maneuver the politics within the academia to reach to the higher pyramid. So I hope, Dr. Faiza, that you need to be more confident with yourself, with your work, rather than comparing with others. I don't think it's a correct field. That there is no other Dr. Faiza in this world. That's what you should think.
Yeah. Thank you, Prof. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Faiza. Thank you, everyone who came today. It was a really, really good session. Thank you, Prof, for having this session with us. Hopefully, we'll connect again in another session.
Yeah,
So we
I'll be
just
happy
end
to
this here
welcome.
today. Thank you so
Thank you very
much.
much.